Hello friends, you're the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing BIOS Origins. So the first epoch is over and we enter now the second. And it felt a little bit boring toward the end of the last epoch. Maybe even in the last two videos, there was that impression, okay, there is not that much going on. Basically, this guy was pretty much running away with the game, while the others were struggling. However, he managed to catch up a little bit. He's now also in a good position, especially on the board. He controls basically Europe, he controls Asia and North America. So he is all over the world. Only Africa and Australia are controlled by other people. That's pretty impressive. So now the goal of the second epoch, or the scoring, is about urbanization. So that's what we want to reach. The goal of the first epoch was the mysticism. Here we can see Green managed to get the most points here, then the Denovan, and these two were behind, they got nothing. And now obviously, especially Green has no more elders here, right? This is totally empty. There is one over here, and the others are all in here. So this will be part of their job now, and also of the Denovan's job, is simply to get some of these elders back onto the tableau, onto the brain tableau, and they can simply do that with a art action, which they both have. It's this symbol here. So if they do an art action, they can bring an elder back from mysticism into the tableau, into the free will, basically. Okay. So the Sapiens still needs more elders. This is one of their goals. We see now a lot of new technologies here. At the end of an epoch, all the technologies that don't have an elder on them are discarded, and instead a new technologies come into play. So Black just did an invention action. They wanted the sail and rudder here, because that would allow them to increase the maritime, and that basically does a lot of good for them. They are so far behind, they need some technologies, and that will help them. Now it's yellow, and they are not sure what to do. Well, the first thing is pretty sure, actually. They're going to do an art action, so they're simply going to bring one guy back onto their brain, into the free will. And now they can spread or do an artisan. Now that's already kind of interesting, because, let me see, let me think about that. Because I'm considering grabbing the sail and rudder and taking away the card from them. The problem is I have to give something away from here, and I want to... Right now I have two options to build cities. This one, but I can use that also for spread. This is a really strong foundation. Or this one. I'm not sure what I want to do here. I could also give away this action here, but this is an art action. Now if I give that away, it will take longer for me to get rid of the mysticism. Is that a problem? I don't know. It's really hard to tell. The alternative would be going to the hieroglyphs here, And that would allow me to push my information. Now, I got a feeling that is definitely not a bad idea. I would love to get the shifting agriculture, but I would need already a work work animal for that, which I don't have. And same problem here with the irrigation. I cannot get these. So it's tricky. Do I want this sail and rudder and expand even further? But I don't really need that either, because I can do that by land too. But I could get it in this turn, or I'd try to get the hieroglyphs. You know, I cannot even get the hieroglyphs because of my information of 2. I see the problem here. I see. I have to, yeah, well, I could do it if I spent the artisan action, and, you know, I think I want to do that. I'm gonna need these hieroglyphs. So I'm gonna try that. Hope not someone else steals it from me. So I'm gonna take the artisan action and then the invent action. And I'm gonna place them all 3 now on the hieroglyphs so that I can take them next turn. And I really hope this is worth it. And that lets me one more turn hold on to these. So I can remove an elder. The preaching is nice, but that would go away then. I have to give away one of these ideas. The preaching is cool, but you know, honestly, I can still do that down here. Oh, sorry. And so I don't have a feeling that's totally necessary. Okay, then I could spread even further, and I think I want to go down here into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I got now. Maybe I want to stay here, then I can go here with another guy. I could even go south here, you know. This is pretty cool. And after this, I got the option to build another city. And there's another metal 2 city. That's also great. So I think I want to do that here. Right, there is silver here. I can only build with this action. Oops. I can only build the metal cities. So only the ones with that specific symbol, like here. But that is fine for now. And then I got this action here, which allows me to build any type of, well, I can do any prospect action. So basically anywhere on these black symbols where I fulfill the requirement, I could do a city building action. Okay, great. And now I can do another art with the last action up here. So this brings another guy into my free will. Very good. Okay, now this guy, the Neanderthal, he's very much behind. His map presence is reduced to 1 guy here in the desert, basically. And he's doing so poorly. He has nothing, right? I mean, except of a dissident. But he manages to invent the skin boat, which is, of course, terribly useful in the desert. Anyways, I mean, maybe it gives him some advantage. The good thing about it is he can do a negotiation action. Sadly, in the desert, there's no one to negotiate with. But still, that can be very helpful later in the game. And, you know, yeah, I think it's, I don't know. Is that really something I want? Honestly, I'm not so sure anymore. It's hard to tell, but on the other hand, you know, I gotta somehow, I could challenge the gods and maybe then kind of bid on my, it's hard to say. Negotiation is a very powerful catch-up mechanism. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need that one day. So maybe I'll go with it. Okay, I'm gonna take it. It might not be the best option right now, but I'm in such a big trouble here anyway, so I'm gonna grab this thing here. Oh, and let's read it. I mean, it's still technology of the first era, right? But anyways. A skin boat is made by covering wood or skeletons with animal hides, which were dried, stretched, and specially treated. Such lightweight boats enabled Arctic peoples to hunt marine mammals. Okay, so we're gonna get this, and it's not, as I said, the negotiation action, this one here, can be very useful, but the problem is we're gonna need some, oh, we get a Eureka. We're gonna need someone to negotiate with, and that is a little bit of an issue here. Anyways, we get a Eureka, so we have now boats. That would allow us to go back to Europe. This is something. Okay, and now we will have the option to migrate. Okay, so because I got a footprint of 2, I can at least move here. And because I don't want to move here, then I get attacked by this guy in the next turn immediately. I don't want that. But maybe if he moves here or tries to build a city here, then it's fine for me. And then I could do a negotiation with the city here. So that might be an option for me. Okay, now it's this guy, and, well, I mean, what is his goal? He might even consider to challenge the gods. He is still in a good position right now. You know, I think I'm gonna try it. I'm still in a very good shape, so in a way it's in my interest to push the game forward. If it's a religious card, I'll get it, because of all the mysticism guys in here. And if not, probably someone else might get it, but this isn't too bad either. I mean, it's not great for me, but it's, yeah, I got a chance. And I'm lucky. Look at that. It's a religious card. The problem is, again, it's a card that I don't need. This is really, I wonder if of the challenge of the guard cards, I have a feeling there were a lot of cards that I didn't need. On the other hand, there are also a lot of cards that I took, so. Okay, so this is, what is it? Angels and Demons. Okay. It's, well, I don't know. I mean, for whom is that interesting? Hard to tell. it's not a terribly good card. Basically, it gives you one of those, which is really good. This is an interesting one. This is quite strong. So maybe the Neanderthal could bid on that and say, hey, I want that card. But I'm really not sure if there are many other people interested in it. I mean, the diversity is nice, and bidding on it only costs me one. But I cannot take it because it would trigger a revolution for me. So the Hobbit is not going to take it. It's basically only interesting for the Denisovan, who could bid on it. And again, it only would cost him one. So maybe he actually will do it. Because on this card here, he now needs only 2 pawns. So maybe, yeah, I got a feeling that he actually wants to take it. It's a cheap advantage. So I think he's going to take it, and he's going to, yeah. So he bids on it, and that gives him the card simply also because first he comes first in player order, so he simply does the first bid. So he bids one, and that gives him the card. Yeah, and that's it. So he simply gets the card, and we have a catastrophe first. But first we have here a cooling age, and because there's only one cooling there, we don't have to draw for Milankovitch. So we can simply take the card, and look at that. New Zealand freezes over. There we are. And this thing here, this city is destroyed. And of course, this is kind of an issue, you know. This guy doesn't have too much room, so it is a problem if things like that happen. And now we have the Kikai eruption, and we got to check where that is. Look at that, it's here. Holy crap, so this means this city also gets destroyed. Okay. And now, angels and demons. The sudden appearance of human bird messengers, both benevolent and malevolent, indicate appeals to resume contact with the now silent, hallucinated voices of the gods. So yeah, we're simply allowed to take the card. It goes down here. This action isn't too great. It's a prayer action. It causes chaos. I don't know, maybe toward the end of the game, if we should go for mysticism, that might be a useful card, but right now I don't see it as such. Anyways, it's an additional diversity, and that is obviously a good thing. So I think that was worth that one pawn that did basically nothing on the market anyways. I mean, basically his actions is now he will take back with 2 art actions. These 2 here. He's going to take back some elders. He cannot use these actions because of the dissidents. So he now can also think about doing a specialized action and or an invention. There's the twine there. I could get that now. The question is, do I need it? I think it doesn't do me much good. Huh. I mean, I could definitely get rid of this card here, for example. That isn't too great. So there is room for other things here. Let me see what is good. I'm industrial, so it's hard to tell. You know, it's most good industrial things are already occupied right now. So again, it's a tough call here. Maybe I'm going to spend someone here on the sail and rudder. So if the black player takes it, I get the maritime eureka, which would be nice, I guess. Yeah, maybe that's what I want to do. Or I take well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to place a couple of guys, and maybe I can also bid next turn. We'll see. I'm going to place one here on the sail and rudder, and I don't know. This doesn't do me any good. It's hard to tell. I mean, I'm not even too interested. Maybe I'm going to place one here or something, and then, yeah, if I can still take them back with a bid when I'm challenging the gods, or someone else does. So then I'm going to spread. I got a footprint of 3, which is pretty high. So I could, for example, go here. And, well, actually it doesn't matter, because I can also do now a cultivation action, and that's something we haven't seen before. So basically it allows, it doesn't help me actually. Actually, we've seen it. It's getting these, I thought it was a domestication, but it isn't. So that's not terribly helpful. Yeah, well, it seems like now I'm a little bit stuck here. You know, I wonder if I could play that more cleverly, and I think I can. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm not going to place these things here. Now here's the thing. What I'm going to do instead is, first of all, now this goes here. I'm only going to bring one guy back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my artisan action here, and I'm going to place that here on the basket weaving, because this is actually something I can need. So I'm going to place this guy here. Then I'm going to do an art action, bring a guy back from free will. I cannot do these, but then I can do an invent action, and I'm gonna grab the basket weaving. It's not that great, but it gives me here the domestication, and that allows me to build a couple of cities here. And I can really need that, because I'm pretty much limited in this space, so I'm gonna need some baskets there. The Eureka doesn't help anyone. So this goes back here, and this goes back here. I'm gonna discard no more drugs here, the hallucinogens, and I'm gonna take instead the basket weaving, which is right now much more useful for me. So this card goes away. And so then I can do the spread action, which I just did. And now I can do a domestication action here at the top, and that allows me now to take one of these animals, for example, the giant short-faced kangaroo here. I'm gonna take that. This is a war animal, actually. Is it? Yeah, that's actually a war animal. Okay, great. So yeah, we can now continue to build cities this way. There's one more spot here, the Diprotodon wombat. Oh, let's read the card. I did that until now all the time, so I want to continue that. Woven containers made of grasses, vines, or cane and lined with clay predate pottery. They require artisans who attained their skill either by natural selection, like spiders or weaver birds, or because they were able to visualize the finished product. Well, okay, I mean, so it seems we're still pretty much at the beginnings. It's a little odd sometimes, right? I mean, we seem to be quite developed and then we just managed to do this. So, yeah, okay. But anyways, so now we have that allowed it to domesticate. It's also a little hard for me to understand why this. Well, okay, I mean, you could argue if you have these I don't even know what these things are called, where you can carry food or stuff. So if you have that, you can feed your animals, so this allows you domestication. Okay. The sapiens, yeah, he can simply take now the sail and rudder. Or does he want to go for the tokens? Ah, look at that. That's kind of an interesting choice. I think the sail and rudder is something he takes later. The tokens are more valuable. He's got here the accounting tokens, and they are really strong for him. Because they will give him this, the abstraction, which allows him to get more elders. That can be pretty powerful. In addition, it also gives him the option to negotiate, which is great. So I think he first takes the accounting tokens and maybe the sail and rudder next turn. Right now, that seems not that valuable. So, let's read that. Ballet were hollow spherical clay envelopes that contained other smaller tokens that identified the quantity and types of goods being recorded. Accountants are among the earliest specialists in the ancient world. Okay, then he gets a eureka, which he doesn't need. He does have to cull a technology of the first level, so that means he's going to lose this. The hafting. It's not great, but it's also not that bad. He gets the new technology now, and this is it. This goes, of course, back. He could have challenged the gods, by the way. Ah, look at that. Maybe I should have done that. I'm in a good position here. Maybe I should have done that. But then, you know, Epoch 2 is already over soon. So I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't think so. I want to continue for a while. I'm not too eager to finish this. So that means... yeah, that was my first action. As a second action, I could now spread. Well, I cannot do that without dying. I have still a footprint of 1, which is really bad. Okay, this is that. And then I can do an abstraction, so I can generate more elders. And I'm pretty sure that will help me a lot a little later. I hope I get the sail and rudder, nobody else takes it away. But, you know, if nobody took it away until now, I'm pretty optimistic nobody will do so in the next turn either. Okay. Okay, now the Denovian does an art action, gets back another one of his pawns. Now he could spread or build a city, and I think, well, it's a little hard to tell. What is his goal here? Maybe he wants to spread a little further. He could spread south here, aiming for that city here, or there's emerald, there's silver, so he's fine with both of those. Well, I'm thinking about moving back here and take back the iron here. Is that important? Maybe not. I don't know. I think no, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go here. Okay, fine. And then, so that was my spread action. So I can do an invention action, and I think I'm gonna take the hieroglyphs now. They are pretty good. They help me to get my information up, which is definitely necessary. Right now I'm only allowed to have 2 ideas. I have to cull an idea of epoch 1. So I'm gonna give away this one here, I guess. The Venus figurines. There they go. And instead we get this. Come on. This is always a little bit of a problem. If you have a lot of stuff here, it's a little fiddly, but it's not that bad. Okay. We've got lots of pawns here in free will now. 5. Great. Oh, actually, damn it, let me see what we got here. The writing system of ancient Egypt combined iconographic, syllabic, and alphabetic scripts. It combined words with proto-literate symbol systems. Sweet. Okay, now as a second action we can spread now again. So I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm gonna build my city here. Oh gosh, this makes me crazy, you know. If you only have one hand, it's really an issue here. So yeah, now I can build the city. Oops, sorry, here. And the one that was just destroyed, we're gonna rebuild it. There we go. And then as a last action here, we can now increase our information to 3, so we now have also alphabet and numbers. So all the Neanderthal did is basically a specialized action, placed a couple of pawns of elders here. Now the Hobbit will actually, he's going to draw another epoch card here. He's going to challenge the gods again. And this time he could use it. Question is, will he get it? And that's not sure at all, because he's pretty behind here. It's not such a great card anyway. So this is syllabary, and we have now Forestation. That's not too great for him either. Question is, what do I want to do here? I have to take a desert and turn it into a forest. So I'm considering taking this and, well, maybe placing it here. I don't know if it really is too bad, but, well, that's a 6 footprint. It's very unlikely that he's going to build there anyways. So, I think I'm going to place it here. That's a 2 metallurgy city that he cannot build now, which is good, I think. Then we have another catastrophe, the Kuril-Kamchatka clathrate. Okay, so I guess this is somewhere up here. Could it be here? No. Kamchatka, I thought that was here somewhere. Well, but it isn't. That's odd. Ah, it's here. Look at that. There it is. So, nothing happens there. So, do I want to bid on that? I mean, why not? It gives me another diversity, so that's not so bad. I think I might consider bidding on this. One. Question is, does anybody of the others want to bid on that too? Because they have enough pawns to do so. So first it's him. He could bid now 2 pawns. And would it help him? Well, I mean, not too much. Maybe for him it's actually better to keep the pawns here, try to improve in technology. So I think he doesn't want to do that, because these actions are not that great for him. What about the white player, the Neanderthal? Is he interested? He could do it. And that's actually not bad. But then again, he's interested in the negotiation. He's interested in the maritime things. He could take these here. So now I don't think anybody will bid on this card, actually. So the card simply goes away. And there's now one more epoch card left here. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I think I did bid on this card, didn't I? Just to get the advantage. I mean, this one doesn't help me terribly. So I want to bid 1, right? I think that's for sure. But the others could have been 2. Okay, so I think I'm get this one simply. So I'm going to take the pawn away. It goes back into the brain, and I'll get another one. And of course, it kind of sucks because, you know, that gives me more and more points now when it comes to diversity. It also allows me to suffer more chaos. But yeah, I mean, the others need other advantages. They cannot afford to bid simply to take the diversity away from me. They have their own problems. They're totally behind. Okay, as a eureka effect, let's read this again. As a eureka effect, I would be allowed to advance my information, but I don't do that. This is syllabary. These written symbols represent the syllables which one hears in spoken words. These graphics comprise the vocabulary of hierarchical concepts in a syntactic language. Okay, so he's now allowed to advance his information to the printing press. He can take back one of his guys here. I could also do, you know, I think before I do that, I do an artisan action. And, well, I'm going to take him back anyways. But I think I want to place him, you know, I'm really considering, maybe I want to get the sail and rubber. Yeah, oh, rudder, it's rudder, obviously. So yeah, I think I want to go there. This is pretty good for me. And yeah, I need to expand from here. I think I want that. And therefore I'm gonna try to take that card. There's not that much better out there. Okay, great. So yeah, then I'm gonna take the with this card here. So that was my artisan action. That is then my art action to take back the elder, and or take it, yeah, from here basically. And then the other actions are blocked. But now I can do an invention, and I'm actually going to invent the sail and rudder. Now a couple of people are pissed about that, but okay. The Egyptians were the first known to lash planks together to form a hulled boat. As many as 5 steering oars and a square rigged sail helped guide the vessel. Okay, that's pretty strong. First of all, everybody sitting here gets an advantage in maritime. So that brings him up to 2 to galleys. And he now can spread between sea and sea, or between sea and uninhabitable. And this guy also gets 1, and I also get 1. Okay, now this goes here on the top. It's my 4th technology. And because I have already the printing press, I can have 4 technologies. Okay, so now I can spread, and you know, I mean, I'm in a pretty good position now. I might actually consider spreading here, and the problem is that I have, if I want to spread into this area here, he could maybe attack me, or he definitely could, because he has a higher metallurgy. This is still an issue for me, but maybe not so much. Let me calculate this. I got now a negotiation action, which is this here. Okay, now let me see. I can now cross this section here between the jungle and the uninhabitable sea, simply because I have now my galleys. So I'm going to go with this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go here, and okay, that was my, see, that was my spread. First, yeah, exactly. That was my spread action here. So now I got all this stuff to do. Oh boy, there's a lot here. Holy crap, let me see what I can do here. I think I actually, yeah, I will now urbanize here with a cultivate action here, the rice millet. So I'm going to place this guy here. Now there is this kind of challenge between us. we all want these city spaces, right? These are now very important spaces. So I got this rice, and then I can domesticate. You can see that here. So yeah, I think I want to do this down here. So my city count goes up quite a bit now. And now, as a last action, what I can do is I can negotiate, and that's something we haven't seen now yet, and we want to do that. So I'm going to spread again. I'm not allowed to spread from a city which just formed, so I could not spread from here, for example. But it's basically I could spread from here again. So the negotiation is a spread action to another player's token. So I can start here, 1, 2, 3. And now I'm adjacent to that city. Now this guy goes away again. That's part of the negotiation. He he just goes away. And now both of the players get a negotiation advantage, and they can make a choice. They can either choose an advantage in a technology in which the other player, the negotiation partner, is advanced. And that's exactly what the Hobbit will take. He will move to the Bronze Age, so now he cannot be attacked anymore by the yellow player. I mean, he could, but it doesn't help the yellow player in any ways. Or the Denisovan player. Okay, and the other player has now the choice. He could also do he could also take an advantage of the other player or move ahead. He could take a pawn from anywhere on his brain and put it into free will, or he can remove a chaos, which is also great, by the way. But I think he's also willing to increase. He's willing to increase his footstep. I think that helps him quite a bit. So this goes up 1 space now. But in addition, because he did that negotiation action, he gets now also an additional energy, the Hobbit, so that brings him to windmill and watermill, and that allows him now to cross ice areas. So the only thing that blocks him right now is actually jungle. He cannot move between 2 jungles. Anywhere else on the map he could now actually move. So I think the only area here is he could not cross here the Amazon jungle. That's the only area that is the only route that is blocked for him on the map. Otherwise, everywhere on the map is at least somewhere. For example, like here, there is sea involved, and he could simply sail along next to the jungle or something. So okay, that was again a very successful action of the green player, I would say. So this guy played again a couple of guys over there on the market, and then he advanced one guy from vocabulary to free will. He is still struggling here on a very low level. And this is clearly a problem of this game. I really enjoy it here as a solo player to see the story, how history develops and all. But I don't know if I would enjoy it in a 4-player game if I would be this guy. And all I can do is 2 actions, just zip, zip, I could not even walk around here because I have a footprint of 1. And he is in a similar position, while the others are basically doing everything. That is clearly an issue here. There is no doubt about that. Okay, let's continue this. The Denisovan player, does he want to do one of these actions here, an art action? Maybe not. Maybe he's fine having two people in here. You know, it gives him a couple of points. So I think I want to spread here with this guy from here to here, because in this way I could at least cut the green guy off from this European theater here, and you know, I kind of have to prevent him from spreading out everywhere and building his cities. But actually, you know what, I think I'm going to use this spread action to do so, and I'm going to use this action here to well, let me reconsider this. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to use, well, I'm not going to use these two actions here. I'm going to use the prospect action up here, grab the ivory here, so there we go, and then I will invent, and I'm gonna bring two guys here on the shifting agriculture, which is really good. I love to get that. I can build a ton of cities with that. And I got one left. So the question is, where do I want to go with that? Maybe somewhere where I can get some kind of advantage. I'm not sure. Well, I might as well go. That doesn't do me that much good. There's not that much there which gives me a eureka effect of some kind that I need. You know what, maybe I'm gonna go here and grab some mysticism. Why not? It doesn't hurt. Okay. Now let me see. Then I can spread again. And now I want to do this. I want to move in here, so this guy cannot cross this area now without going to war. And now I could build a city here, where the silver is right there. And we're going to do that. And as my last action, well, I cannot do anything with that. I could try to attack somebody, but there's nobody there to attack. That wouldn't hurt me too. So I don't really see that happening right now. Okay, so yeah, that's guess that's it for now. So this guy takes the loom weaving. I mean, he could also try to challenge the gods. He's got two pawns down here. That's not enough to outbid the others, though. So, is he willing to do so? Is he willing to push the game? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna grab the card instead. Yeah, I'm gonna take the card here, and yeah, the loom weaving. So it's Neolithic Chinese cultures wove hemp and silk using looms to hold the warp threads under tension to facilitate the interweaving of the weft threads. Okay, now I can use that. Oops. And it gives me, as a eureka, immediately an abstraction. So that means I can bring one guy up here, which is definitely good for me. I still got two people in my vocabulary, which obviously sucks. Okay, and now let me see. I could spread now. Still don't want to thread. I don't want to get attacked by the Neanderthal, so I don't want to spread here. My problem is, I have the option to negotiate. That would be great to catch up with the stronger players, especially with the Neanderthal. But my problem is, if I move here now so that I'm not within reach, I need an energy of 5 so that I can reach this guy. But right now I can't do it. So yeah, this is clearly an issue. I guess I just have to wait and see that I can get the energy. So I'm going to use this artisan action here, and I'm going to place a guy here. So maybe, yeah, that will allow me at some point to get the additional energies, and then I can finally negotiate. So this goes all down now. Okay, fine. And again, this guy, and again, he will challenge the gods. There is no reason for him not to. I mean, maybe the reason that, this guy can grab more and more. Yeah, he can grab, I don't know, maybe it's not the most clever thing to do. Maybe it will then bring him to a point where he can win. So that's a little tricky because I only have this one guy here while he has 3. So he could easily bid. Yeah, it's a tough call. I don't think I want to challenge the god. I think it's too big a risk for me right now. So, yeah, I'm just going to work through all these actions here and try to expand even further across the map. I'm in a very good position, so why not do that for now? Let me see, we got these artisan actions and all, so let me see what I can do, where I can move. On the other hand, there is not a lot to gain for me anymore here. So that's another issue. I think I want to do it because if I spread out and build a couple of more cities, which I probably can, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do it. If then this guy challenges the god again, he can finish the epoch, and then I get the points. So the question is he willing to do so? I mean, I really got my doubts here, but I think I want to do it. I think I'm going to challenge the gods, and we'll see what happens. Okay, the Heroic Legends, and this is a card I might want to use. And I'm lucky, it's a religious card, so this is awesome. This is totally great, because I'm going to get this card. That's a strong card for me, that's perfect. So first we have a cooling, which is not happening, because it's already damn cold. But I think there is actually something if there is a cooling, I think forest turns into desert. So let me see about that. I'm pretty sure about that. There we are. I think it's the dry ice house. Suffer 1 deforestation. Yeah. Okay, so that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good for me. We can remove this. And well, we can, for example, destroy the city here. Some climate change here. Okay, sweet. So then we have a diphtheria. We have a disease. So I gotta check again what that actually means. It's, damn it, I don't know. Okay, now this disease is indeed pretty devastating. Everybody will, not only the guys who have a footprint greater than the immunology, so everybody except the black player will suffer from that. And so basically we will lose half our elders, rounded up, and or rounded down in our favor. So that means I'm not going to lose any elder, for example. But the other two will each lose 1. Well, the question is, which one will that be? And it's probably going to be these ones here. That's, again, no, actually the black player we said would not suffer from that. So there we go. And then we're going to lose half our cities. Okay, let's see. That means 4 cities. So we can start with yellow, and I think he's going to remove 1 city here. And that leaves a refugee there, right? So he's allowed to place a guy in a space adjacent to his city. And he's also going to remove 1 city here, which also leaves a refugee. And it's tricky. I think that's not even possible. We can place it here, and then I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, great. Then let's see. The green player also has to remove a couple of cities. So I don't know. I think he might actually remove this. And this one. Okay. But, of course, now all the players who had a higher footprint than immunology can increase their immunology. So this guy goes up 1 space, this guy does, and the yellow one does. This guy couldn't. Now that means he has now food storage, so he can now also spread between jungle. Okay, and then I'm gonna bid on this card, and that simply allows me to take it because it's a religious card and the mysticism counts, so I can bid 4. Nobody else can do so. Okay, there is no requirement here for the heroic legends. A recurring theme in oral storytelling from the Odyssey to Harry Potter is the hero's quest. A demigod must fight his way to salvation. Okay. so that you can see that gives him a lot of options here, and it's a diversity. That's always great. So there we go. And it goes up one space. Okay, this is it. I'm going to load up here. It's a little bit questionable, you know. I mean, oh no, actually we're not done yet at all. We can still do the actions of this guy. So let's do that, of course. Okay, we see another action here. This is an enslave action. And that allows you to spread. So you can start here now, for example. And he can attack, I think you have to attack a migrant. I'm pretty sure about that. There we go. Well, that's the nuclear, what the fuck, here we go. Enslave can be used only if you're okay. An enemy map token. Okay, well, not bad either, but... So, the thing is we can spread to any other guy on the map, to any map token, and we can simply take him as a slave. So basically that means he will be replaced by our guy, and the other guy gets a chaos. To do this, we must have a higher urbanization than the others do. I have an urbanization of 3, so, and everybody else has less, so basically I can enslave now other people. To enslave a city, I have to siege that city, so I have to have a migrant that starts adjacent to that city. So that's not going to happen. But I can simply now move, I don't know, I could, for example, move 1, 2, 3 spaces, and I can take that guy and kill him off. And that's bad news for green, obviously. Very bad news for... He gets also chaos, by the way, and that's terrible news for the Denisovan, but because, yeah, I mean, he's now really affected by that. He's got to try to build cities like crazy to prevent that from happening, but right now it's looking not that good. Okay. In addition, well, I'm going to work through that. So usually, once you kind of did move a pawn, like here, or migrant, right? I moved this guy. I could not move from him a second time. But there's a special rule for this. Because I have that war animal, that kangaroo, I can actually do so. I can move a second time, you know, right along the steps of Russia here or whatever with my kangaroos, and just spread for a second time. So, question is, where do I want to go? I'm really considering. I can build a couple of cities. I can build basically 3 cities. And so I just have to think about where I want to go. I might spread here, for example. Yeah, I think I want to go there. And then I can build a city with a prospect action, and I'm going to go here again. And take the pearls down there. Then I can cultivate. So I'm going to do that here. The wheat, the pea, the olives. So we're going to go here. And then, as a last action, I can domesticate. And I can choose between the horses or the auroch. I think I want to take that. I need a working animal is kind of sweet here. So let's grab that. Now I'm sitting here on 6 cities, which is pretty powerful. And and I have an artisan option, but I don't. Yeah, okay, this is pretty much it. I'm done here. So now I'm gonna load this up. We are nearly done with the second age. It looks like green is running away with it, but it's not totally sure yet. I mean, I don't know, the game isn't over yet, right? And yellow or orange, maybe they can keep up, but it's gonna be very hard, right? That restriction that he was limited to Australia, the Hobbit player, which was basically what kept him a little bit under control. I mean, if you look at this, it's insane, right? Then that restriction is gone. And the other restriction that he could not really attack other people is also gone, right? He can now enslave other people because he has that amazing urbanization. And yeah, so it's really not looking good. There is no doubt about that. It's really, really looking bad for everybody except green. Okay, so I'm gonna load this up. Yeah, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.